Good morning, Bitcoiners. Welcome to Bitcoin for Mere Mortals, the channel where we're going to talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, technology, and the future. Bitcoin for Mere Mortals is also a book available at Amazon. Also, if you retweet this video, I'll send you a copy. This is no financial advice, this is education and entertainment. The markets. It seems like we have touched a bottom at 35. It's kind of going flat from yesterday. It's losing 1%, but I think this could be the bottom for the moment. We'll see. Nobody knows the future. It could go lower, it could go higher, it could stay here for a while. Nobody knows that. But the thing is that it's really right now is very good price. If you compare the price of 35 compared to 69 only 2 months ago, this is a good time to buy. If you got cash, I would put a little bit of cash into Bitcoin if you believe in the fundamentals of Bitcoin. Everything else is more kind of flat today compared to yesterday. It's kind of red, but no major changes. So yeah, a quiet day at the markets finally. And the fear is still extreme at 11. It's near the bottom. The bottom is the top. The maximum fear we can have is 0. 11 is quite high, you know. So, but still, the fundamentals are here. The price is just a distraction, really. It's just noise. You should look at the fundamentals. If you're here, you should be here because you believe in the fundamentals of Bitcoin. You believe that the Bitcoin is the new monetary technology that's going to change the world. Same as the internet did change the world, Bitcoin will change the world. If you don't believe that, you shouldn't be here. Simple as that. If you're here for speculation, good luck with that. But Bitcoin is not a good asset for speculation. You should look somewhere else. This is Charles Schwab, kind of investment banking, and quite big. They're worth $8 trillion, and they're going to offer to the customers trading in Bitcoin. Simple as that. There you go. These are the fundamentals. If you look into this, you don't care about the price, because this means that the price is going to go up eventually. Also, Crypto.com has made some research, and they reckon next year, by 2023, we will have 1 billion people into crypto. I think this is very realistic because the technology adoption is usually exponential. We didn't believe that internet was going to be exponential, and it was. We didn't believe mobile phones were going to be exponential, and they were. We didn't believe WhatsApp was going to be exponential, and it was. And so on, and so on, and so on. Exponential things are very difficult to guess at the beginning because the curve is flat. It's an S curve. But when they start picking up, they go up really fast. Okay. One of the fundamentals of Bitcoin is that it's got a very limited supply, and also the illiquid supply keeps growing. So this is very good data. This is in yellow. We have the illiquid supply, which means people are storing away their Bitcoin, and they are not intending to sell it. So eventually this means that the price will have to go up and catch up with it. There's a discrepancy between the illiquid supply at the moment and the price, and this gap is gonna be breached by raising the price for sure. Okay, people are getting nervous now in the markets. People are saying, "Oh my God, what shall I do? Shall I buy now? Shall I sell? Shall I don't do anything?" Well, this is my advice, and this is not financial advice, of course. Your psychology is your worst enemy when it comes to investment. So the best thing you can buy is DCA. DCA is dollar cost averaging. For example, put $100 every week into crypto, into Bitcoin every Monday at 10 o'clock. Do it automatically, regardless of the price. This is the best strategy, because with this strategy you don't have to look at the price. You don't worry about the price. You just think, oh, it's Monday, it's 10 o'clock, I buy $100 of Bitcoin. Boom. That's it. Although if you don't do that, you'll be looking at the charts, you'll be worrying, you have stress, you have worry, you want to sleep well at night, and so on and so on. So just do this, do DCA, and forget the rest. If you are unable to do that for some reason, and or you're gonna combine it with another technique, the other technique is buy the dip. Buy the dip is more difficult than it sounds, because again, your psychology goes against it. See, when you are here, this is the chart for the last year. This is what Bitcoin has done in a year, right? So Bitcoin was here in May, was at 58,000, and then it went down to 49. Then nobody knew if it was gonna keep going down, or if it was going to rebound. Nobody knew that. Nobody knows the future, not even Warren Buffett. But what we knew then was that it has dipped by 10%, basically. So if something is 10% cheaper, it's a good opportunity to buy. Simple as that. Doesn't matter if later on it's even cheaper. Doesn't matter. If you go to IKEA and you see a sofa discounted at 10%, you don't care if it's going to be discounted 20% next year, because you want the sofa now and you buy now. That's it. So buying the dip doesn't mean buying here at the bottom, because nobody knows when the bottom is. Even when you are at the bottom, nobody knows. We don't know here if this is the bottom or not. We don't know. What we know is that if you buy now, you'll be saving yourself 50% of the money compared to what you spent only 2 months ago at 69,000. So this is the buy the dip, means buy now because it's cheaper today than yesterday. That's what buying the dip means. Don't confuse that with buying the bottom. It's very different. That's very different and impossible to do. Not even Warren Buffett does that. So that's the next technique. That's this is an acronym that I have made up here. Don't buy the bottom, because it's impossible to buy the bottom. What you buy is the dip, not the bottom. Also, another technique is buy the fear. What does it mean, buy the fear? Well, there's a lot of fear now, so it's time to buy. When you see this needle here in the green, don't buy. When you see this needle here in the red, you buy. That's what buying the fear means. Basically, in investment, do the opposite of what the herd does. Be a contrarian. If you're a contrarian, you will do well at investing. That's what Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, Michael Saylor, and many others have done, and that's why they are billionaires. Another thing that I recommend is buy at any time. It doesn't really matter. Don't worry too much about, oh no, I bought at 40,000 and that's better than buying at 45. It doesn't matter, because Bitcoin is 1 million. You won't even remember that you save a few dollars buying that. And I'm gonna explain an example to you in a minute. It doesn't matter. It's okay to buy at 63,000. It's okay to buy at 69,000. It's okay. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, unless you are buying a huge amount like Michael Saylor, 69,000 is still a good price. It's still a good money, because it's gonna go up much higher, much higher, to 1 million or even higher. So another thing that I want to say, yes, the last technique is don't wait forever. Some people are trying to time the markets. Timing the markets is almost impossible, and This is what people do. When the price is here, they say, oh no, it's too expensive now. When it goes here, they say, but it might go cheaper, it might go lower, so I'll wait. Then it goes up. Oh, it's too expensive now. Then it goes here. Oh, but it might be cheaper later. And then you get the gist, right? So these people will never, ever, ever buy anything because they always think that it can go cheaper. So in the end, when it goes to 100,000 or 200,000 or 500,000, they will FOMO in, and then they will buy really high prices. So don't wait forever. Don't wait forever. Buy now. Buy now, especially now that we're in a dip. Again, you are either here for speculation or you're here for investment. If you're here for speculation, I wish you the best luck, but this is a very risky thing to speculate. If you're here for investment, just buy at any time and wait 10 years or wait forever. And remember that learn about the fundamentals, and then if you know the fundamentals, you will be more secure, more confident that you have done a good investment, even if you buy a little bit more expensive than your friend. Okay, this is an example. Most people don't have a lot of money, so let's say every purchase they do is about $50 or $100, something like that. So some people they get really happy. They get a lot of pleasure from buying $50 at 35 versus buying $50 at 40. They think they have saved $5,000, right? But that's not the case at all. You will save $5,000 if you buy one whole Bitcoin, which very people can afford that. Very few people can afford that. So this is what you really save. $50 at 40,000 price for Bitcoin gets you 0.00125 Bitcoins. The same $50 at 35, it gets you 0.00142. The difference is 0.00017. That's the difference between the two, which at 40,000 is basically $7. So all that worry, all that looking at the chart, all that time wasted for $7, is that worth it? Is it really worth it? Is it your time is worth your time and your health? Is it worth $7? So just buy at any price. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 35, 40, 45,000. All those are good prices. Don't try to buy the bottom. Don't try to pinch pennies. You know, like Nassim Taleb talks about collecting pennies in front of a bulldozer is a very dangerous thing. You might get some pennies, but you might get run out by the bulldozer. So don't bother with that. That's my advice, but not financial advice, of course. Okay, but what you need to be aware of is that if you have money in fiat, your savings are being printed away. This is part of the fundamentals that I was talking about. Also, this is a guy that in 2011 he had 1,700 Bitcoins, and he bought at 6 cents, and he sold them at 30 cents. And then he regretted that at the time of the tweet, because he had gone to $8. So this is telling you, don't sell, because the same thing that happened to this guy could be now multi-millionaire, but he's not, because he sold. So there you go. Don't do that. Don't be like this guy. Just remember what Warren Buffett says, that be fearful when other people are greedy, and be greedy when other people are fearful. This is everybody's now very, very fearful, so now it's time to be greedy. Also, another thing I have to remind you about inflation. If your salary increased 3% this year, but we are in a 7% inflation, PCI inflation officially, then you're losing money every day, and that would be the equivalent of this snake eating itself. So be careful with inflation. Try to look for assets that protect you against inflation, and look at the fundamentals. Remember to this is all I got for today. Thank you very much for watching, and remember to press the notification bell, comment, ask me any questions, and retweet my video. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.